So, one of my goals for next year is to start learning Korean because I really need to do that since I'm married to a lovely Korean wife. So, that was a nice grimace. All right. So, luckily, I do kind of know the alphabet, sort of, but not great. So, I can look at this. All right. So, that symbol there, that little bracket like one, that's a D. And this thing that looks like an H, that makes the A sound, like A-E. So together that makes day, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, that little symbol there is an H. And that little Tetris piece there is an A. And this little Tetris piece is an N. So together that makes Han.
Yeah.
Now this one, now these, where it gets a little tricky. So, now we talked about this a minute ago. Okay, that is Woo.
And the wall.
Well, this is an L here. No, it's an L.
Well, yes.
So, okay, so,
So well.
well. Okay, that one's a little hard. Okay, that one's well. Now, that's a B,
Yeah.
and that's an I, and that's an NG. So, being.
Yeah. Well-being.
So, well-being. And it says
Yeah.
well-being actually right here on the top.
Right.
Well-being. Okay, now that is an H, and that's an O. So, ho.
Yeah.
And that's and now that's a silent letter there. It's a silent vowel, right? Or just a silent letter, I know. Okay, that's an I, and that's an L. So, il.
Yeah.
So, ho,
Hoil.
ho, oil, hoil,
Hoil.
hoil. So, hoil somehow becomes foil.
Yeah. Oil.
So, hoil becomes a well-being, hoil, well-hoing,
Yeah.
hoil.
Tehan.
And Daehan, well-being foil. It's a lot easier to read it
Yeah.
up here.
Right.
And later, after I learned this, she's actually got some English books from the library she wants to teach me. Yeah, but first I really need to get this down. Actually, I do know this stuff good enough that I can like look at the subway charts and bus charts and find our apartment and stuff like that on this. So it's useful even knowing low quality
Well, you need to learn
alphabet,
actually,
but yes.
Speaking.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
first of all, I need to get the letters right. I gotta get these letters
yeah,
right.
You can read letters, but you need to, you know, learn
Yeah.
how to speak Korean too, I guess.
Yeah.
It's mostly.
Yeah, well, I want to be able to read. That's what I want to do. I want to be able to read. So, anyway, that's going to be kind of my goal because I think coming next year, actually, we got some exciting stuff. I'm not going to tell you about it yet, but so there's going to be some exciting stuff in the coming months coming up. We're going to be starting some new projects, and I think we're going to have a little more free time on hand, actually, and we'll tell you more about that later. So, when that all starts up, I'm going to try to study more Korean.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, you should definitely.
Yeah, because we have some. Yeah,
It's a
so
must.
that
If
we're
you're
not gonna.
in Korea.
Yeah, that we're not going to talk much about yet, but we have some exciting ideas for next year.
Understand 20 years living in Korea like that.
Yeah, it happens.
He speaks.
We're working. Anyway, next year I got some really ambitious stuff. And as far as what you, the viewer, might be considering, I do have some ambitious ideas for possibly me getting into some bigger productions, more than just these little short videos. So stay tuned for that. So hang in there. We're going to see some interesting stuff next year.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit sooner than next year. Okay.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Have a nice day.
Bye-bye.